Fenway Park provided for a loud introduction to the new ACC. What felt like a home game for victorious Boston College turned into a rude welcoming party for SMU. The Mustangs are set to join teams like Syracuse, Wake Forest, Georgia Tech, and yes, BC in the ACC in 2024. It's not just the music and the noise that makes it a different feeling.
We're going to have quality depth to make it through a full season, and I think that's going to be the biggest adjustment. The accomplishments of this team this year aren't diminished. It's a really good football team. Super proud of it. Won a championship, did a lot of really good things.
Even after a loss at rainy Fenway Park, SMU felt confident about its future in the ACC, but in front of the intimidating green monster BC, the victors in the contest weren't scared either.
They're a good team. I mean, I have a ton of respect for everything that they've done this year. They're ranked as high as 17 in some of the polls. Cal coming in and Stanford coming in. It'll be different, but we'll do our thing and focus on ourselves this offseason.
We know what it's going to take because it's not just a one-game deal when you're in a league like the ACC. It's the week in, week out.
Teams take it game by game, week by week, and this week the Eagles earned their wings. From the last step before the new look for college football takes hold, and at Fenway Park in Boston, I'm Jesse Cook, Citrus TV.
Part of the show,
Lauren Hutchings isn't just a part of the show at Colgate ice hockey games.
He's just doing the stuff behind the scenes that, no one really sees. My parents come to all the games, and so my parents have a conversation with him, after every game.
Lauren's son Justin says he's especially proud of how his dad found something he loves.
It's kind of just showing his hard work and just never kind of giving up.
You need a certification to operate a Zamboni machine. Otherwise, I'd be hopping right in the driver's seat. You need more than just a piece of paper to be Lauren, though. In fact, you need to be more than just a groundskeeper. To be Lauren, you need to be a fashion expert.
I was in Walmart, and there's a guy with a black, kind of like a top hat. And I'm like, God, where you got that?
There was no consulting with anybody. I think he just went out and did it.
I was very surprised the first time I saw it. They're so funny. I don't know where they came from, but he pulls it off every time. There's always something new, and I know that all the girls in our team love it. But it just brings a lot of smiles and laughter to the rink.
The crowd really gets excited and into the game, where a lot of times it's like a weight. Plus, I was thinking about retiring next month soon, and I don't know if I can now.
Every piece matters on the way to success. While the women's team chases its fourth consecutive conference title, for Lauren, the wins come every game.
Feels like you actually did something, like you scored the big shot or something, It's just, it makes you feel good, It's just that it makes you have a sense of worth.
In Hamilton, New York, Jesse Cook, Citrus TV. I think you're right, Ian. This was the best that we've seen from Judah Mintz. He scored more points. He dropped 33 against LSU about 3 months ago at the beginning of the season. But this was more about what he didn't do. He didn't hog the ball. He didn't take contested shots. He didn't play hero ball. This was the first time in 2 weeks that Mintz hit more than half of his field goals. This was the first time in more than 3 weeks that Mintz dished 6 assists. 6 helpers is not a lot for a point guard. Your job is usually to distribute the ball. Syracuse has now seen graphics like that light up 3 times in a row with a trio of wins against non-conference opponents. And that out of ACC slate wraps up on Thursday at 5, back at home against Niagara. 10 feet tall can feel like a long way up, especially when you're one of the undersized players on the court, a guard. The Syracuse guard crew went pound for pound, blow for blow, inch for inch with Virginia Tech on Tuesday night. The Orange came out with the win. On average, SU guards stand about 6'4.5". For Virginia Tech, it's just 6'3", and sometimes that makes all the difference. If you ask around, it's not just the size of the fight in the dog, it really can be just the size of the dog in the fight. When the first frontiersmen settled in South Dakota, they relied on everyone on the trail to make a living. Syracuse men's basketball used a similar family mentality to pull together for the win over Oregon on Sunday out in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. 4 different members of the SU roster scored above 10 points in the W. For head coach Adrian Autry, it's all about trust.